heart is beating, it's magical, the music's playing, losing control, the things I'm feeling, so mystical, the rhythm goes, and I can't feel the heat, and I keep moving to the beat, 'cause I'm letting go, gotta let them know, losing all control on the dance floor, we don't care, we're dancing all night long, we don't care, we're dancing all night long, we don't care, we're dancing all night long, my heart is beating, it's magical, the music's playing, losing control, the things I'm feeling, so mystical, the rhythm goes, and I can't feel the heat, and I keep moving to the beat, 'cause I'm letting go, gotta let them know, losing all control on the dance floor, we don't care, we're dancing all night long, we don't care, we're dancing all night long, we don't care, we're dancing all night long, dancing all night long, 'cause I'm letting go, gotta let them know, losing all control on the dance floor, we don't care, we're dancing all night long.
Holding on to what I know, to everything I've learned, what is real and fabricated, what is wrong, what is my problem, what can I get out of this world that I created, fighting the storms in my head, don't know where I have been, I'm alone, no one to turn to, no one understands, shit's too complicated, away, and I feel like I am someone else, away, and I feel like I don't know myself, no, away, and I feel like I don't know my name, and I don't want to live this way, I don't wanna keep on wasting a life, I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing my mind, and if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
Unknown Brain, Marvin Divine, and we back. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Made it through the rain and rain, I turned nothing into something. No more dealing with their assumptions, 'cause I do what I gotta do and I know, can't nobody do it like me. All they do is judge me for who I might be. Maybe if they took some time to pick my mind, they see that I'm cooler than lemons and iced tea. All I wanna do is live it up
wanna keep on wasting a life.
Yeah.
I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing my mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
So faceless. She burns the bridges in my head by lighting up a fire. Bury my old thoughts instead so you could feel the same. I lay alone with you inside my mind. We would dance the night away to the morning light. Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. Yeah, yeah. And we give you. Good in the morning light, reflections in my mind. Missing the fights, I don't care if I'm right. Let's just buy a bit more time. I live alone with you inside my mind. We would dance the night away till the morning light. Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. And we give you all my love, all my love, all my love. Yeah, yeah. And we give you.
Hello and welcome back to Frankenmuth. This is LCDR Aaron, As you can see, we've got quite a coating of snow on the ground. So let's take a look at our weather report. Told you this is a crazy map. So the weather report today shows that we have a nice warm up. We're gonna look at 14 degrees, and it's not gonna start snowing again until 9 p.m. tonight. Now this is, as you can see, kind of the weather report here. January the 3rd is the same. February the 1st is the same with snow. February the 2nd is clouds, and then February the 3rd into March the 1st, we're seeing significant amounts of rain. So why come on in January? Well, as you can see, we've got most of the snow cleared up. We're gonna go ahead and clear a few places in the yard today that need it, but there was a lot of work that had to be done. Luckily, we managed to pull the crop in. I had a little bit of a panic attack with the corn crop. I'm not gonna lie. When I took a look at the weather report, it showed that we were gonna get snow all day on December the 30th. Like that last day where the first bout of snow was coming in, it was showing snow for the entire day. So rather than cause issues, I decided we might as well clear out the corn crop. We worked through the night. You can see there's quite a buildup of snow. The first couple of days were insane. So the first thing we need to do is we need to clear the spaces around these two sheds here in the corner. This one shed in the front here. You can see I've got the lights on for outside. It's cold. It's quiet. Let's get a look at the animal pens. As you can see, we've got milk is up there. It is skyrocketed. We're almost full there, so we're going to need to move some milk around. And let's see, the Angus is looking good. Total mixed ration is coming down.
My heart is beating, it's magical. The music's playing, losing control. The things I'm feeling, so mystical. Oh, the rhythm goes, and I can't feel the heat. And I keep moving to the beat. Cause I'm letting go. Gotta let them know. Losing all control on the dance floor. We don't care, we dancing all night long. We don't care, we dancing all night long. We don't care, we dancing all night long. Dancing all night long. My heart is beating, it's magical. The music's playing, losing control. The things I'm feeling, so mystical. Oh, the rhythm goes, and I can't feel the heat.
Welcome back in the same stream. Can everybody hear me okay? Looks like there was some sort of latency issue with the bitrate. I literally just reset. I just reset the stream. I didn't even reset the system. There was no connectivity problems. I had full internet like I normally do for the streams, but for some reason we had some sort of hiccup, and hopefully I'm gonna go back and check the VOD and see how crappy the VOD was, just because I don't want to have any problems. So I will check on the VOD later, see if part 1 is going to be worth it, and I'll upload both of those. Yeah, so here we go. This is typical of my weekend and the problems I've been having. So we are just loading into Frankenmuth again. You didn't miss a whole lot in the last hour. I've literally been clearing snow. If you can hear me in the chat, let me know. Let's see. I'm going to get into my Discord. Of course, it's somebody who watches me on Discord that went, hey, by the way, your stream isn't working right. So, welcome to it. There we go. Thank you, Mama Duck, for being so kind as to let me know what was going on. So price fluctuations for the dried corn. Looks like we might. I'm honestly, I'm gonna have to mull this versatile over. I know that previously I tried to use these, and the Delta tracks have a tendency to kind of pull up on their tracks and things like that. But these versatile tractors are gorgeous. They're wonderful for all sorts of work. We're gonna need a heavy tractor for tillage. I just don't know if we're gonna go with this Delta track or not. This is the newest variant of the versatile all-wheel drive tractors. Yeah, and the bit rate's staying the same. I'm sorry, I'm checking as well on bit rates in my stream feeds. This one is kind of tempting, I'll be honest. 520 DT. I wasn't going to go Delta Track. I wasn't even going to go Versatile. We're waiting for South Saskatchewan to come out before we touch on Versatile. There is a beautiful combine harvester that Versatile makes that's actually being tested in Mod Hub right now. So if you get the opportunity, check that out. I'm hoping to see a few more of these tractors. Versatile actually makes a couple other tractors in the line, as well as making Kubota. So Kubota tractors are pretty popular. Okay. But everything does seem to be better. Thank goodness. So we're just going to count that as a little hiccup, and hopefully I didn't just waste an hour of time because we're not doing a super long stream. So anyway, we go into here. Price fluctuations for dried corn was looking the best for a out-of-town option, Birch Run Township. It's 2,106. Now the prices are starting to go down on dried corn. And somehow or another it changed so that December. So we're just gonna sell it off anyway. I don't wanna leave it to chance. Close enough. Where's my truck? Down at the end of the lot here. So we are just gonna dip in real quick. Change out of our helmet here because we're not driving the ATV anymore. We're just going to sell everything while it's $2,000 per 1,000 liters. That's actually pretty good for a product that we literally just pull off the field and dry up. Some running lights. It's 8:30 in the morning, so things are starting to lighten up halfway decently here. It's going to be straight shots back and forth. Oh my god, sorry, I didn't want to sneeze in everybody's ear. It's going to be straight shots to the grain elevator, but it's not going to be bad. Love how the snow literally tips over every mailbox on the side of the road. It's like somebody's a very bad plow truck driver. Just saying, that's actually quite funny. Carry over 75,600 meters at a time in this elevator. It doesn't look like, yeah, for whatever reason, water has quite a lot cleared out, but not. I'm not sure if this is gonna straighten that other trailer out. Get around the corner. Can't see what's going on with the belly trailer. Just gotta go with your. You gotta go with your instincts, basically. Kind of not even really sure how much storage we have in these. Okay. This is why I hate doing grain elevators here. It's just so damn narrow. So much traffic. I mean, I know a lot of players will shut traffic off right away. I don't like to do that. But you guys get to see my mistakes and my terrible performances. I just have to come out very wide with it in order to get it to work. You can literally watch it. Much better. Yeah. Yeah, don't know what was going on. I took a look at Twitch. The only thing that I could see was there was some sort of choke point in the bit rate for whatever reason, and then voila. No, for some reason it was me. I don't know how long it had been doing that either. But it was weird because yeah, and I don't know if the VOD is gonna store like that or whether it recorded it properly. Because it was weird, it was only the bitrate. My internet was still well up over 500 megs. So the speed was actually better than what it is on my evening streams where I have people on. So I have no idea. So I'll have to check it because I've been uploading everything to YouTube because I've been getting more viewership on YouTube than I have here on Twitch. Which means I'm gonna have to get on eBay and get myself a capture card and start the process of actually editing videos and doing some different stuff there. But yeah, I'll have to I'll have to talk to you about my weekend a little later off of stream. It's kind of private. Huh. That's weird. I will I'll copy and paste a link up there. Let me see if I can do that in the chat actually. Give me just a second. I'll luckily I've got my computer open today. So I don't know why it's so difficult to do that, but for some reason it is. Follow that link right there, you'll find my channel. It's just, you know, it's just the streams redone. I've come to the conclusion I have to get a capture card. I have one subscriber, is like a guy who is a farm sim YouTuber on there as well. But that should, in theory, take you to the channel. I don't know why the... Sweet! That'll notify me in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why. I'll have to put that link in with my social media accounts, modify my channel. Maybe I'll do that today, but I'm probably gonna be away from streaming for a bit after the weekend I just had. So this is kind of my chance. I'm taking a personal day from work, which thank God they have them. But I'll try to talk to you later on Discord. Also, another cool thing that recently came to Xbox, and I got to figure out how to link it all up, but Discord chat is now available on Xbox. So I can actually chat through my Discord on Xbox while playing my games. So that's a cool thing. I'm going to figure out how to get it all set up. I started looking at Elgato capture cards over the weekend, and it's like 75 to $100 for a used Elgato. So I'm definitely going to take a look at that and see if I can't run that through on a computer and learn how to edit the videos and really kind of get this wagon trainer rolling. My weekend was crap, but I'm going to ask you how your weekend was and how your week's going so far. Can't always be all about me. Oh, lucky. You get like all your stuff through the pawn shop. It's very lucky in some ways. Yeah, and I don't know what it's... Oh, sweet. Well, the temperature's been right for a pool party, so hopefully you got to do that. Yeah, cables are easy. Cables are like a dime a dozen. Even with shortages, like everybody still has cables. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You guys have been like extra hot. I mean, we almost got to 100 degrees, and we had like 95% humidity, and that's enough for me. I don't need anything warmer than that. And I don't, you know, as far as Oklahoma goes, I don't really think it's any drier than it is here. Ugh. No thanks. I'm already thinking about snow. Like, the reality here is I've got, like, if snow comes early this year, I've got 2 months before the first snowfall. If snow comes late this year, I've got probably about 4 months before the first snowfall, if I'm lucky. And that doesn't count, like, the squalls that we could get. You would love snow now. About 6 months into winter, you'd be like, get me out of this. Get me out of this. Like, seriously. I don't like heat, so, you know, I don't really like winter, but I don't like the heat of summer, so I look forward to fall. Only now my month of September, like the rest of this month, ouch! Okay, thanks for just turning. I blew through the stop sign, granted. I would love to be able to say that my fall is gonna be, you know, slow, but the next, yeah, you might get snow in January. Oh God. And it'll melt like the next day. But I would love to say the next like month and a half to 2 months is going to be slow. But I would be lying. Like I said, I'd love to do a little more with the stream. But I honestly think it's gonna taper off for a while until things calm down. And I'm doing this as kind of a distraction today, if I'm being honest. So much corn. I hope that bin can actually. I hope that elevator can actually hold like all the dry corn that we're gonna be storing there. Might have to do this in 2 different loads. Snow in January. I'd love for it to stay tapered off like that. The only thing that's really important about a snowpack here in Maine is that if we have a good snowpack, that means that our water table gets renewed, and if our water table gets renewed, we stop worrying about droughts, because we are just as dry as other parts of the country right now. But this is like the worst year for drought in like forever. So, you know, it's moderate drought. I mean, we can't even normally, by August it's humid and it's wet and damp enough we can start burning brush, and you know, right now we can't do that. We're gonna have to wait. At this point we're gonna have to wait for the October rain, or if it stays dry through October, we'll actually have to wait for that first snowfall to cover the ground before we can burn brush. And that's actually kind of an important step, especially if you've got a lot of yard, which I live on 3 acres of lawn alone and like 50 acres of woods. So all that important cleanup that we would normally be able to burn brush and kind of cut things back, it's like we're not doing that, because like I was looking at the lawn the other day and I haven't mowed the lawn in 3 weeks. And I was thinking about it because it's getting a little taller, but when you get to the layer of grass underneath, for example, it's dry, it's dead, it's green at the top, and normally where it would be super damp and aggravating. It's quite the opposite. So, needless to say, it's a bit concerning. We don't have enough moisture, and I can imagine in Oklahoma it's well, it's pretty much the same by now, unless you've been getting the rain that Kentucky's been getting, which is totally possible. This trailer pulled up here. I like the view. Watch the corn get dumped out. It's a little different. Kind of see the trailer lifting up on the suspension as we offload more of the corn. Oh, we were actually in the corn that time around. That view's not possible. No, I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. I guess I just didn't have it pulled forward enough. I may still be on in an hour. This wasn't intended to be a super long stream today, but you never know. Anyway, have a good one. I'm sure, like I said, I will write you on Discord later to kind of catch you up on my weekend. So, even if I'm not on, I will make sure to touch base with you. Have a good one, Mama Duck. We're moving along at a halfway decent pace here today. Got a great processor over here. I have been approached by the co-op and asked if I would apply grapes to my farming and agriculture. I told them we've just got so much going right now. I don't think grapes will be possible. I'll get back in touch with you in the fall to see if maybe we can start planning it for fall of next year. Start. Never know. We're just shuttling the dried corn right now. You don't realize just how much that one spout being there really affects that. That's aggravating just how close that rides. And I think the problem that I'm having here with getting this offloaded into the trailer is not necessarily the close proximity. The snow is kind of throwing me off. See, you can get right up on this without a problem. The snow is really messing with me here. Luckily, we don't have to switch trailers to get triggers for, you know, corn bins or anything like that. 75,000 over at a time. That's almost 100,000 liters every time now. So we are dropping the amount of corn being taken, you know, the amount of corn in the bins quite rapidly. Not sure if we'll leave the dryer off for the coming year or not. Not sure if we've got that in the cards yet or not. a lot of our various large crops will be sold today. Obviously, all the wheat that we've had has gone straight to the grain mill, and we have partial ownership of. We're having that created into flour. Flour gets sold at the peak sales time because we can keep that stuff in cool storage. We can keep that stuff in a pile. Let the propane yard kind of go the way of the propane yard here. Get these bins overloaded. Kind of see it going out on the edge of the screen there. Fortunately, this means we will have to rent a train, so we'll have to spend a little money to make a little money, but that's okay. We are going to sell the strawberries, of course, locally. Now, I did want to forewarn everybody while we're on this screen. Frankenmuth is getting a map update quite soon. With that map update, there are some substantial changes coming to field types. They might actually add crop types. So we may be looking at the last couple of episodes of Frankenmuth anyway. We do have plans, of course, to continue in South America on our coffee plantation. So keep tabs on that. We're actually going to add olives to the list, I think. But that is what that is. Shift the ox trailer out of the snow there and shift it to storage. We are just going to pull right into this snow. These are normally grass fields. I do realize this makes the trip a little longer, but when we started really playing here on Frankenmuth, I wasn't really sure where we were going to go with it. So, you know, we had some experiments and we've had some adjustments. And of course, I have actually 200 plus hours into this save game. I didn't double check the exact amount. But I have over 200 hours on this game save. I don't know whether I'm gonna go with the update and really kind of ruin what I've got built here. I'm not sure how much more people really want this on a stream anyway. You know, if I could get a little feedback on that, that would be cool. But definitely, we're going to start looking at some capture cards here next month or so with all the proper cables. And I think we're going to start making some YouTube videos. Let's move. Can't hold up all day. I know it's not even noontime yet. We've got nearly all the things transported, you know. Haze. Kind of have everything right where it is available. I do it on a ×3 scale. I don't do it on a ×5. I find the ×5 a little aggravating, just not enough time. ×3 seems to be just right. And I don't know, we may do some time-lapse videos to do some experiments with that. Obviously, time-lapse works really well in some cases to just kind of make certain things go. And just hit the wrong button there on my I hear what a lot of people are saying. It's like, if you're going to go to an Elgato card, why not just go to a computer? Because a computer's super expensive. I could probably do some editing, and I could probably do some stuff on a general computer, but the type of stuff that I need to have a full setup just isn't in the cards currently. Probably won't be for a while. See it just on the edge of the screen yet. Again. Sometimes you just have to make a choice to forge your own roads on these games, and that's okay. Open up the covers here. We don't have any other corn going in. It's a nice clear day in winter. In Frankenmuth, this is pretty average for, like, say, a spring or a summer day, or, you know, a few days in the fall cycles. This is definitely not a very typical day for your winter months. Winter months on this map are insane. I don't know if that's going to be calmed down or that's going to stay the same. I hope it stays the same, to be honest. Even if I don't stream on this map, I have a feeling that I will be rebuilding my operation just a little more tidy. A little more in line with what I'm looking to do. Might have gotten it a little too close to the grain bin this time. See, it looks too close. I think it's just because of the amount of snow buildup. It should be 2 more runs after this. After this should do us. A lot of the area just won't snow low. A lot of the trouble I'm running into is I just can't get the snow cleared. Back and forth to the elevator business is not terrible. Hopefully this produces us enough money. And to give us a boost to next. That's going to be the goal in February, actually, is to sell off equipment and buy new equipment. Keep ourselves going. Offloading the last of our corn. This is good. I like this. I like rolling this. The other thing that an Elgato capture card, kind of straying from the stream. I feel like straying just a little. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep my mind off of that. Worst weekend I've had in a very long time for me. Streaming with Elgato would allow me to actually do things to message with maps and leave our streaming services here and go for light streams. It means that some of the custom panels that I put together and kind of have set up. I even have a couple set up for things like our survival mode. South American maps. I actually have those set up with their own screens. Trying to close things out here on Frankenmuth. Harvest season was late being over, and that's kind of how that goes in this particular game, which is not unusual. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, if you will. So the plan is to kind of update that material over the next couple of months. Even if I don't have a whole lot of streams going on, it'd be nice to be able to update. And there's going to be a lot of puttering around, and there's going to be a substantial, a possible, I won't say there is, but there's a possibility of a substantial pause in streams for a little bit. Just because with that pause, you know, there are a lot of things going on in the background. There's a lot of things going on in life. Reorganizing before winter is kind of a key. Cleaning everything up, you know, things have not been kept up like, both in the sense of, say, the yard outside as well as the house inside. And so we've got a few things going on that are going to kind of push us in the direction to make sure the process is followed into. I think 500,000 liters is the limit. I don't know. I don't know where you rent the train on this map. So 500,000 liters is the limit. That's okay. You can see the train's going away. Starting to slow down. I don't know if it's gonna back up or whether it's gonna... Looks like it's gonna back up, unless that's the overall loop that it takes. I don't know. I've never rented a train on this map. I don't know if it's coming from... You'll be able to see on the mini-map in a second. guessing it's backing up here. Yep, it is. So... I don't know how much these trailers take. We're about to get basically an education on how these trailers work, because if I can do the next car as well, I will. Okay. So she can carry 90,000. Open bin can carry a bunch as well. This is good. I'm going to try to load up as many of these cars as I can. I think there's a total of 3 cars that will allow fill-ups, which is good. It will be nice if it allows at least that. I don't think I've ever loaded up a freight train with this much single freight. Birch Run Township is still running the best price. Pretty sure after that car, that's okay. $1,000. Yeah. So the next 2 cars are just a type of flatbed. All right. Well, let's not get caught on the edge of the map like we're doing here. Let's get this load over to Birch Run Township. We're gonna offload the corn. We will finish it. So 924,000. That it pays to have a good environmental score reward. There's a nice percentage, and what we will do is we will go ahead and offload this corn into the elevator. Offload the next amount. As you can see, we're running up quite a tab. There isn't much dried corn left in this. It's almost too bad. We're gonna run this thing dry much before anything real substantial. It won't be another big substantial load like the last one, but it's enough to get the blood a-pumping, I'll tell you. But that's the enjoyment. I've never really dealt with train sales on this map. Train sales were something fairly new with Erlen brought for me, but I didn't come into Farming Simulator until 19. So if train rail sales were something before that time period, I'm sorry to make the rest of you cringe. There we go. I mean, that's a huge boost. It's almost $1 million sitting in the bank. We almost had... We were just shy of 700,000. You can imagine how much money we would have had hauling in a lot more. If I had known that the silage was really not going to go that quickly, I probably would have gone a different route with the corn silage. We probably wouldn't have ground up quite as much for that. But that's okay. Gave me an excuse to sit in a John Deere 8000 for like 8 real hours. Just 8 in-game, but 8 actual hours. Which is always fun. And we did actually manage with one harvester and one header with that. So we've got about 50,000 liters of grains. Maybe 60,000 liters of grains actually left to sell here. So we're going to fill this truck up. The last of it. Kind of empty out. Like I said, empty out these bins. 1900 there. There we go. We have 37,106 liters left to go on top of the 22,000 that we have in the bin there with the grain elevator. We haven't even gotten to the strawberries today. Strawberries are best sold in January, so we got a little more to go here. And a lot more liters to sell. It's kind of insane just how many liters of strawberries we have on top of it. We're gonna sell everything today, all of our crop types. We're gonna do what we can. The updates to the farm, like I said, we're selling equipment before we replace it. We're not just gonna be piling more stuff in. So hopefully you stay tuned for the February stream, in which we sell off maple syrup and chocolate and a couple other things in preparation for Valentine's Day. In-game, not in real life. And hopefully you'll stick around for that. And see us bring a lot more onto the farm as we get ready for the next batch of calves. Dried corn is one of those real simple productions that'll bring you a decent amount of money, as you can see. Should have hit it in December. Didn't realize December was it. I could have sworn February was or January was the better month. But maybe things fluctuated differently in the market. They can do that, and that's all sorts of things going on. Alright. So our grain is empty. I don't know why I shut the truck off. Keep the truck on. That truck's actually going to head to the shop for maintenance. It's going to be down for a couple of months while we get everything squared away. But we need to get the remainder of the dry corn out before the value drops any further on that. You can see I've got that down to 2,076, so it dropped $4 per 1,000 liters. This couldn't have been more perfect if I tried. Ah! Car up there. Wait, we have 266. Oh my god, I didn't realize. Holy crud. Yeah, so I didn't realize that we had. So it could only take 300,000 liters. Pretty sure it'll take 90,000 liters in the first car. Alright, so we're gonna Holy schmoly. Okay. Okay. I didn't even realize. I thought we had that little bit left. I keep forgetting that there was a lot more in that bin. So that's actually on me on this one. $1,000 per rental or per hour. That's really not that bad. I am not gonna fret about that with the amount of money that we're making here. With that being said, I mean, that amount of money right there means I can finance the one thing that I do want to finance without feeling too bad about doing it. So I'm wicked excited. The actual tractors themselves will 56,000 liters. I hope there's enough space for 56,000 liters. I'd like to do this in one run. There's a total of, oh yes, yes, all right. So we have nearly as much as the last time. We're at 88%. We were at 100% the last time. So we got 12% less, but still quite a substantial load here. When you double that, that's going to get into the 6,000 range again. Yep, there you go. Another 600,000. So we are at 1.5 million before strawberries. We've been holding off on strawberries for an entire year. The buildup of the strawberries is substantial. We can only take 50,000 liters at a time. And we are not even going to try. So let's see. The bakery sells at 847,000. Fast food restaurant 820. The plastered grocery store, which is our technically one, is at 854 per 1,000 liters, and we have 858 down here at the pizzeria. So I'm actually gonna just detach this trailer here and head over. Well, actually, I need to go get the box trailer, so that's kind of pointless. So we're gonna bring this grain trailer back over to the bins, and yes, I am kind of hyperventilating and drooling. Farm sim takes a lot of patience to get to that point. I haven't even sold the milk yet today. We're liable to pull ahead quite a lot in profits. We don't have any loans. And we won't be pulling out any loans to actually buy the equipment that we want as well. We have to keep enough money in for seeds and for fertilizer, but we are sitting on quite a lot of liquid fertilizer. The other thing that must be noted here is we're getting ready to plant soybean in all of those fields. And soybeans do not require extra nitrogen on top of what they already carry themselves. So, the really big deal in all of this is we won't have to worry about planting and using up fertilizer at the same time this year. So I'm going to take the box down. This is a pretty hefty trailer. Thank you, Omatana, for making quite a piece. Quite a piece of equipment here. It is a little. It's a shame that it's not slightly bigger, or there isn't a cheap option. But to be honest with you, I don't want a cheaty option. We're gonna sell 50,000 liters over to the pizzeria, which apparently takes strawberries. I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm gonna check one other price area. Let's tell it's a Corona. Oh, okay, got way too excited there. Okay, let's get ourselves out of the ditch. In real life, my driving would have just, that would have just suspended my license automatically. I'm actually excited. This is the first real big progress I've made on a map, and it's taken over 200 hours to get to this point. Obviously, we have some smaller crops and stuff to sell over the next couple of months. We've got maple syrup to load up on, and all of that coming next month. I'm probably gonna cut the snow clearing out of the gameplay, depending on when the snow lands for the day. But our first load into the trailer is gonna be, and you can see Omatana's got everything in there that you can imagine. The fill pacing is pretty good. I wish the trailer was bigger, but there's a large and there's a small option, and staying within realistic bounds is really okay. I'm not sure how many thousands of liters would really fit. And I mean, you can see some of these strawberries are getting used for ice cream production. Some of them are getting just sold like this. So we're going to go down to the pizzeria first, which is right next to the equipment shop. It's right near the grain elevator where we were dropping off the dried corn. This is a big deal. This is a big day. Not gonna lie, I'm very excited to be able to do this, because this means that all of a sudden the equipment that I thought was out of reach is now well within. Because of course our next harvester isn't going to cost us a ton of money. We're actually keeping the bean header, one of the flex bean headers, the older headers. Although I will say the honeybee air flex header with the query big system on it was in testing for it wasn't mod testing as of today. So with Crary being an official licensed system and with Honeybee being an official licensed system, I feel that's what they were waiting for on those flex headers for a while. So I'm looking forward to that. I know people have had it on PC. Obviously, I don't play on PC. I play on Xbox. So for me, it's exciting to get to this point, and I can't wait to give it my all. Standard grain mill right next to the train station. The only issue I have with this trailer is, as you can see, it's extremely due to the constraints of the snow and everything. We're just going to cut right in back here. Start offloading 50,000 strawberries. This could take a while. The onloading or the unloading versus the loading of the trailer is a different pace. And you can see the money's going up. I mean, we're selling all 350,000. It's actually going to be the last task that we take care of here before we get done and wrapped up. I think I have enough fuel in the tank for the truck. If not, get the DLX 3500 on standby. With those, give it just enough fuel to really count for something. And we are just halfway through the trailer offload sequence. So it's a good thing that it loads faster than it unloads, to be perfectly honest with you. Pizzeria is staying steady. Prices are going up everywhere. But, wow, it's actually showing the environmental. It's so strange that it would do that. I mean, the obvious choice would be to take a hit for a few bucks. But as you can see, that's like $44,000 for 50,000. Like I said, we're not really using the strawberries for anything with ice cream production. And the ice cream production is meant to kind of do something small. I am considering putting in bakery for flour production, baking breads, but I haven't really made up my mind on that just yet. Like I said, we haven't even gotten to sell the milk yet. Kind of funny, I didn't do it on purpose, but the maple orchard is actually on a little dirt road off of Maple Street itself. Totally accidental. Was not deliberate in the least. I think we're gonna end up splitting this. Pizzeria says it's going down, but I think it just shot. I think it went up a little. Yeah, we'll sell a load right here at the see what kind of difference it makes. I think the unload sequence is slightly faster. Not much faster, but slightly faster. I want to see what kind of difference it makes. Now obviously this is supposed to imitate what would happen if you sold these to customers once you offloaded them into the shop. I'm just kind of working it that way. Quite a substantial amount of money is being made today. I wouldn't be surprised if we made it up to 2 million. For now. So we're going to sell off some equipment. I'm gonna skip over the Delta track for now. Versatile. I want to do it for the Saskatchewan map. I don't want to really do it for Frankenmuth. The environmental score reward is better here than it is at the. So you know what? We're gonna actually just use this shop. It's kind of lame because it's kind of easy, but we've still got milk to also sell off today. And there's enough strawberries here to really kind of keep you choked at this position for a little bit. Obviously, a big reason that we can do so much of this, of course, is due to illustrious modders making a couple of mods, and I'd like to bring attention to that. We, of course, want to always try to bring attention to various mods that exist in the system, and as you can see, we have got quite a lot of John Deere. John Deere is my favorite brand of tractor. Seeing if we've got it. We don't, but thanks to contributions like modders, it is very easy to get system mods. That's actually one of the advantages we have this time around compared to FS19 is accessibility is a little better, and mods themselves, there's a lot more mods that can be brought on to ModHub than in previous iterations of the game. So I'd just like to thank modders like Omatana, for example, for her contributions to FS22's. ModHub, her contributions have made it easier to store and to reposition the products as needed, obviously, through the 2 storage warehouses. We actually have 2 of her warehouses on hand. One little garage over here, and that large blue barn that you see whenever you go to where the grain mill is. Those are mods created by Omatana that allow you to store palleted goods that will then auto-load into either this trailer or a smaller box truck that will allow you to there move and produce without having to worry about the pallet count itself. Now, the pallet count is a bigger issue than I would say even when it comes to things like the bale count. Obviously, modders have done a lot so that bale shredders are an actual thing. So if you still want to bale to get your hay off the field, or if you still want to bale to get your straw off the field, anything like that, there are grinders, there are lofts now that come with hay blowers, and you can just kind of pretend that you're breaking up the bales and putting it into the hay or straw blowers or shredders. So there's a lot out there. Obviously, I used to beat the bale count by pelletizing everything, turning it into pellets. That is not a mod that's coming back, unfortunately. Those are not coming back themselves, so it's a little daunting. But luckily for us, even Omatana's warehouses here will in fact store bales. Found that out quite by experimenting on Omatana's stuff, just to see where we would get if we were to do something like that. Now there are a few different mods or a few different DLCs coming out over the next couple of months that are something to look forward to. The Vermeer pack will be coming out, and I will be saying, or I will be reinforcing the fact that this is a John Deere farm, and often implements that go with John Deere that you will find even in my area is Vermeer. They make excellent hay equipment, so you can expect to see some of that in our neck of the woods as well. So I do intend on actually bringing Vermeer into the process. See, we are just busting away at this product. There will be a lot of maple syrup for next month. That is one pallet that doesn't, or one pallet type that doesn't have a storage warehouse, is our honey and our maple syrup. I just didn't want to put another pallet warehouse in. I just wanted to put a regular kind of storage facility in for that. So that's where my skid steer and a bunch of other stuff is. As you can see, we just broke into $1.7 million here from sales. It's going up slowly but surely. I'm enjoying this day in particular. I feel like January and February are going to be good months because we're getting rid of a lot of the product that's been sitting. I'm very patient. At the same time, at the beginning of this particular save file, I was very cheaty to make sure I got what I wanted. But we did use kind of lower end, older equipment, and now we're getting ready to sell that older equipment and kind of move into the next phase of tractors, the next phase of equipment and everything. It'll be interesting to see the Vermeer equipment coming in here. The Vermeer equipment is a week and a half away. So it's odd to think about it, but it's actually going to match up perfectly with us kind of on our next stream, the February markers. I probably won't get back to this for a week, maybe even two, before we stream on this map again. And the next time we stream, we'll be doing the sales for the other products as well as the purchasing of the other equipment. So there is a lot to look forward to. There's a lot going on overall in the system, and I think we're going to actually end above 1.8 million today. That'd be great. Just shy of $2 million earned in a single day for crop sales. That's huge. Taking away from the strawberries, I'm gonna see what's left in that warehouse. Obviously, this particular machine right here actually has. Wow, we're actually missing milk. So we're gonna have to bring 20,000 liters of the milk over to there. Just kind of dump it in. Because we're not gonna empty strawberry warehouses today, we're gonna do that tomorrow in game. That means that I'm gonna have to watch the amount of strawberries that we pull out of the warehouse. We don't want to pull away from the warehouse. We want to add to it. That ice cream is going to slowly tick over. The warmer months are when the ice cream sells well on the map. Obviously, that's perfectly placed. Some of those specialty things, they take very long to produce, but they generate a lot of money. So we're kind of using it as like a side gig to generate a few $1,000s to say buy a bag or a pallet of seed. We're not using it for anything terribly drastic. Not really looking to do that, but we are selling an awful lot. So for whatever reason, the environmental score is actually offsetting and making up the difference at our store here than it would be if we were selling it over at the pizzeria. So we're actually saving fuel. And this box, the advantage here is I don't think we have anything to move in February up at the grain mill or the larger warehouse. So I can actually back this box right into a different spot and leave it, which would actually be nice. So this year's goal is to target our fields and get them planted all with soybean, keep the cattle going strong, do a little haying. Hay is obviously one of the earliest crops that we can harvest. So I may actually look at the Beaverator tub grinder as a possibility for grinding up hay bales. That is one stock that I want to keep. It doesn't look like silage. Doesn't look like silage is going to be a necessary evil this year, which is actually kind of cool. I don't mind the idea of taking a couple years off from silage. We've got 4.8 million liters in the bunker. We have somewhere around 500,000 liters in the silo next to the barn. So the advantage we have with everything going forward is we can finally just harvest some hay, which will be nice. We're not gonna worry too much about it. And we're definitely going to use some of the Vermeer equipment, I think. We're working with our farm tractor supplier to actually get the Vermeer equipment in. We may even do some work with the self-propelled baler. I haven't made up my mind on that one yet. But things are moving right along where they need to be. We're going to keep growing strawberries, doing some specialty things like ice creams. Like I said, this is kind of weird. I'm sitting on quite a stockpile of strawberries, so we're of course selling those off in the month in which it peaks. And I haven't even checked as far as price ranges to see. Yeah, so we haven't budged. Supply and demand hasn't actually budged that number. I like how if you go in, it'll give you an early environmental score boost. But as you can see, we're at 1.8 million and we're still climbing. So we'll detach this trailer afterwards and we'll drive the truck back over to the farm and park it into the shop because we're going to have to work on this bugger. So it'll have to go into the far bay until we make up room. 49.55 spin in there. But I think we're actually going to stop strawberry sales there. We're going to leave about 50,000 liters in there. And it'll just build up. It sounds stupid, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's kind of... Alright, so... Gotta go retrieve our other pickup truck to come over and get the milk tank. We may even be looking to... maybe even looking into getting a bigger milk tanker. But production of milk has not really not come to be yet. We want to put some fence lines into one of our hay fields and get our heifers out into the pasture for the remainder of their time as heifers. But who knows, that may not happen. We do want to definitely get this Mack truck down there and get that parked inside. And there are, I'm already questioning the possibility of bringing in a different workshop. I like the 3-bay workshop that we have, but we could disassemble it and put in a different one if we need to. Get kind of an office set up to the side, get a indoor wash station going. We are improving quite a lot of things on the farm. We could have some cold storage off of that and just make it a 2-bay. 3-bay is a bit extensive. I do like the shop though. Maybe not. I don't know yet. So we're just going to use the bull bar here to push the weight up. Obviously, a truck like this won't be able to be up on this lift, but we do have a lift available for cars and some smaller vehicles. Okay, shut them up already. Just skim out real quick. Trying to keep everything sealed off from the cold. That's our heated shop. We are talking about getting a wood furnace. The house is looking a little charming, isn't it? Built in the 1940s. It's got that minimalist design going on. We're gonna dump off the plow here. Like I said, we'll go get the tank for milk. This is what we carry fertilizer and water and all sorts of other things for. Obviously, getting into spring, we're going to have the big ticket item for spring. We'll be getting our stones taken care of. That's going to be a huge thing. A lot of the fields will need stones actually picked out of them. And then as of February, we're going to get into the fields and see if we can't dig things up if the ground stays half thawed. But I don't know yet. Maybe March, and then April or May we'll be putting in soy. Of course, we've got a few collectibles from the local store. Like being able to just store the ice cream outside. That does help a little. Just detach this here. Now what we may actually do is we may just get the come-along trailer that goes with this. And just have a tanked trailer and a tank as well. Right now the priority is the milk. We've been letting the milk tanks get a little full. We need to push those. And normally we have a dual on here, so the flaps definitely look weird, but it helps because then I can cut across the field in my chains. I think the ATV honestly handles the snow better than this thing does. Alright, let's get milk going here. Still got 8,000 liters of milk here. Our rock picker's down on the other end of there. What I think I'll do is we'll go ahead. Wow. This listing keeps getting better by the day. I really wish I was doing versatile stuff, but we are not. Okay, let's check the prices on milk. So show price fluctuations. We get a peak in January. The dairies, the bakery's got a decent price. Sell everything container. I'm gonna see raw milk. So we're gonna actually drop this off. We're gonna start shuttling this stuff over to the co-op. Natural milk is something that's very inspired to, and you can have a bunch of people just checking things over there. So we're actually going to get ourselves going here with a raw milk sales production. this tank is hermetically sealed, so we keep everything kind of going in the right way. See, everything with the sunlight is hitting quite different here. And yes, that does say cheaty. It holds a bit more than the standard container. I did change that over. Obviously, we'll be taking care of the animals and stuff off the stream. It's going to be February, I think it's going to be officially February the 3rd when we do any of the equipment trade overs that we're kind of planning. We want to get a better John Deere articulating tractor in. We want to get a better heavy tractor than just our standard 8R. That standard one's a little older now, so definitely want to get that in for servicing. And then of course we do want to get our medium tractors upgraded to one medium-sized tractor as well. See how much milk is left. 12,000 liters. So what we'll do is we'll run this next load over to the dairy at the co-op. Nice little packaging dairy, and it works really well during the winter. They don't have to have any cooling units on or anything like that, so that works out really well. We'll get that over there, and we'll get that set up and offloaded, and we'll take the remaining 12,000 liters of milk over to the ice cream production, and we'll put that in for the strawberry ice cream, and that'll continue to tick over and run. And while we're there offloading the milk and parking this truck, we'll go ahead at the same time and get ourselves we'll get the ice cream put away in the warehouse. And just as kind of a heads up, I will not be uploading this video right away. I feel like I need to take a look at that other VOD. If that other VOD is junk, I'll probably just delete it and leave the part 2. So if you're watching and you're like, what the heck is the part 2? You know, it's just, at this point, it's just sales, you know. So let's go ahead, we'll close this gate up because we're not coming back out this way. Offload this milk. That's gonna make us some serious dough, I hope. It looked like it was actually the best option for some money making. Especially just how ridiculous it is. So it doesn't actually store milk. It just kind of, it turns it into raw milk, and I don't, like, it bottles it, like the good old days. We've got pellet production next door, although I hear this is a remnant of the previous property and probably won't be here for very long, so don't expect that to actually stay. I may try to convince them to keep that as a hay production. That's gonna take some convincing on my part. We got almost 50,000 liters of milk here. Hopefully that will be enough to produce it. There you go. Got that running, and then we're gonna get the remainder of the milk and get that tucked into the ice cream shop. Get the ice cream put away in freezer warehouse. Even though it's okay being out here, we don't want to keep it out forever. So we'll actually take care of that. I think we're going to try to open up a feed, kind of organize ourselves into a feed production company during the summer. Obviously, once the beans are planted, there's not going to be a whole lot of work that has to be done elsewhere on the farm. You know, calving and all of that will occur, and then we'll get those cows shifted over to their appropriate barns. Not sure if we're going to keep nearly 200 head of cattle milking or not. Obviously, we can send them out into a birthing lot and kind of sell off new ones as we go. We have to review some information on Black Angus, make sure I'm doing that right. Somewhere in February we'll be selling off the tractors. Start filling, it says. How many liters? 167 liters in the time that I've been doing this. That's actually, it's pretty impressive overall. Okay, so we have 12,500 liters exact. That's actually pretty epic. Get this over here. That back over to the shop. Not to the shop, obviously, but to the ice cream production plant. And take the 3,500 back and leave this truck over there. Obviously, we didn't do more than a single lane going over here. And that may be my bad, it may not, but it is, actually it's 1 in the afternoon. We're doing spectacular for having to clear snow and move productions for sales all day. So the goal this year is to increase our spring fleet, get that in order. We're gonna kind of watch over some soybean fields and do soybean this year where we don't have to produce silage, so it'll just be soybean and hay. If we produce more hay than we need, I'll probably go to a system that allows us to go ahead and, wow, okay. I lost my train of thought there, but if we have more hay than we need in our own system, if we're not using enough of it, then we will probably shift over to a feed pellet station. We're probably going to try to convince them to keep that pellet station over there. Let's overload this milk. Let's get this milk out of the way. We'll back the truck in a little further. We'll just leave it parked right next to the building here. How much milk do we have left in this thing? We have 2,400 liters. Let's go ahead. We will just sell it. We'll just sell this little bit of milk here. $5,800. And let's go ahead and shut this down. Get all the lights off. Alright. So I really just want to get this ice cream into storage. Obviously, tomorrow being... tomorrow's January the 3rd. That's the 3rd of the month. That's when we always do storage and shuffling things around. Alright, so let's go get the TLX 3500 over to the house, and we're gonna call it a day. It has definitely been an interesting one. I am gonna double check the VOD on the previous video, and that will kind of dictate what we do there. You know, obviously I wanted to show, the big thing was I wanted to show the earning of the funds. We're going to do that anytime we earn funds, as long as we're still streaming on this map. Some of the farm work, I've got some ideas to try to make the farm, you know, some of the field work pass a little easier, especially on a 3-hour stretch of plowing like the same sets of fields. I do have some ideas for that, so stay tuned. I will have more on that as we move along here. But yeah, so this has been Frankenmuth. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Winter Wonderland. We're going to have one more of these if February the 3rd cooperates, although I'm not really sure that February the 3rd will cooperate. It may be a situation where the worst of the snow is over by the end of February. Normally by March, everything clears up off the ground, and we're back to an early spring environment. As you can see, we've got snow piled up, although the roofs, whatever way you say it, are slightly clearer than they were yesterday. January the 1st was probably the worst. And let's take one last look at the forecast for today. So yeah, it does stay relatively mild until 2100 hours tonight. That's 9 p.m. tonight. And then in-game it's going to start snowing again. There may be enough substantial snow for me to have to do snow clearing on top of getting all of the pallets into place. But I will have that into place, and you know, I'll be ready to go. So that has been our episode of Frankenmuth. I hope you've really enjoyed it. I can tell you the finances screen today really enjoys the earnings. We had $1.4 million in sold standard products, $5,813 in sold milk, 248 extra harvest income, and then miscellaneous, which would actually be the greenhouse income, $165,380. So total earned for today is $1.5 million, almost 1.6. It was actually just shy of $1.6 million, bringing our total up to $1.8 million. So $1,833,168. Now, like I said, we're going to be downsizing the fleet quite considerably on our next stream of this map. And we'll be buying a few tractors that will upgrade it. Maybe by the time we get to that, the Vermeer equipment will be available for us to bring home as well. We're looking like a rake and a mower, possibly even a baler, although I'm not sure. We had our eyes on the self-propelled baler, but they said that's quite back-ordered. So we may not be able to get that one from the shop, but we are definitely going to be getting the others. And so the house is empty. I'm going to enjoy a little time on my January 2nd afternoon. I don't think they even do days of the week for this season. Let's see. Do they do days of the week? Nope, no way to tell what day of the week it is, technically, right now. So we'll enjoy the rest of our day. We don't have any work left to do. The milkers are all robotic, and we have farm hands for that. We've got all of our harvest income in for today, and we'll be resting for the snowstorm tomorrow. And we're going to get some trucks fixed up, some things fueled up, and probably get that Landall haul-all trailer actually unburied and put into the large shed with the hydraulic doors to store it and keep it calm. Keep it kind of unburied until we start moving product. So thank you anyway for joining us here in Frankenmuth today. It has been a pleasure. I do apologize for any issues with the previous VOD or the previous portion of the stream. I am going to take a look at that and see if there's anything I can do that's going to alleviate that. Excuse me. However, I have a bad feeling about that. So until we stream again, thank you everybody for coming in. Really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.